Mr. Warlow, am I doing it right? Said the boy with the paint in his hand. Old Warlow paused in the middle of a stroke and leaned just a bit in where he stands. The sunset ran red through the grass of the field, and the trees bent wrong in the light, and the shadows crept long like they wanted to live in the corners that swallowed the night. There stood a lone figure painted in black, just staring away from the sun. Old Warlow looked long at the boy by his side, and he knew what the child had seen done. He laid a rough hand on the boy's narrow shoulder, said softly, "You're learning it right, but your heart's in the shadows of yesterday's storm. Try and paint just a little more light. So paint the sky, Wyatt, paint it wide. Don't let the dark decide. The stars are cold in the endless blue, but they still shine down on you." The boy gave a smile that was thin as a thread as he worked at the brush once again. Then after a while in the quiet he said, "Mr. Warlow, what's space like, my friend?" The old soldier laughed with a crack in his voice and leaned on the stick by his knee. "Well, the ships are all cramped and the food's never good, and the void's not as grand as you'd think it would be. But once we dropped down on a coal mining moon, chasing pirates that thought they were kings. Low gravity jumps and the crack of our rifles, and nobles all shouting their things. I caught 2 shots on my shield that day, still carry the scar from the third. Saved one foolish lord from a pirate's clean shot, though no thanks was all that I heard. So paint the sky, Wyatt, paint it white. Don't let the dark decide. The stars are cold in the endless blue, but they still shine down on you. The boy looked up slow from the edge of the paint, and the anger shone hard in his eyes. "I want to hunt Drazen wherever they hide, and Sirhan for all of his lies." Old Warlow went still like a man in the wind, then he knelt and he held the boy near. "I've seen what revenge does to men in the dark, and the road that it walks ends in tears. Your father's a wiser man than you know, and you'd best heed the words that he said. A life chasing ghosts through the cold empty stars leaves the living no better than dead. Hate them if you must, boy, hold it inside where no blue blood hand can intrude. But don't throw your life to the fires of the void just to prove that your anger is true. So paint the sky, Wyatt, paint it white. Don't let the dark decide. The stars are cold in the endless blue, but they still shine down on you. The sun had gone low on the hills by the town, and the paints were all dry into stone. Old Warlow stood slow with a creak in his bones, said, "Come on, lad, I'll walk you back home." The boy gave a nod and he gathered his things, and he looked once again at the field where the red of the sunset was fading away, and a trace of bright gold was revealed. And the old soldier smiled, though his eyes carried years, as the twilight grew quiet and deep. For sometimes a horror that a child has survived is the hardest a man has to keep. And years rolled by like fire tides past the workshop by the hand. Old Warlow's chair sat by the door, but the brushes all lay still. One autumn night beneath the stars, a pilot walked the lane. with winged white stag upon his chest, in memory of his name. He stopped a while beside the field where the red once filled the sky, found some wood laying in the grass as the evening drifted by. And where the shadows once had stood, he willed a wood in peaceful calm, for the words the old man gave that day were the truest things he said. So paint the sky, Wyatt, paint it white. Don't let the darkness decide. Paint the sky, Wyatt, paint it white. Don't let the darkness decide. Paint the sky, Wyatt, paint it white. Don't let the dark bites to shine.